From LALATE headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Afternoons LALATE.
It's a big afternoon of Afternoons LALATE with incredible great details about your fourth stimulus check update of 2021. In this recording, we'll go over that monthly stimulus check and why you're likely to get more months of checks. Then we got to the recon. Done, deal, signed, sealed. $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to you and the American people. That'll leave everyone looking and wondering, how do we do this? And the recon substantive process underway this week with the breaking news in this recording. Then the final 15 minutes of this video, we'll walk into the exciting details about that recon substantive and why this is the single biggest payout you've ever seen in the history of this channel. Why you're going to love the big money that is in the fourth stimulus. Then we cut to the big money as well in fifth stimulus that the president has set for you. Lots of money. And then we'll go over why one viewer was able to get over $80,000 from this channel. That viewer that killed it is a Purple Hawk, and I'm going to go over how you can get these big sums of money as well. It's a big, bold, beautiful day, and the excitement starts here, right now, right this moment, with the big money and the big news on Afternoons LALATE. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's a great afternoon with incredible, great details about your fourth stimulus check update of 2021. In this recording, we'll go over those monthly stimulus checks and why the Democrats are likely to give you more months of checks. Then we cut to the recon. Done, deal, signed, sealed. $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to you under the fourth stimulus recon. Biggest payout you've ever seen in the history of this channel. And why is this deliciousness? Because it's mostly application-based, meaning you're going to kill it if you're a Purple Hawk. I'm going to go over all the incredible sums of money in this video. Then we turn to the incredible details of that recon substantive going to a vote and a draft in this week. Everything you need to know about this recon substantive, the checks, and the money that's going to have you walking to the bank. Then we cut to the big money as well, and it's a big day with so many alerts. Watch that cell phone because I will be delivering you alerts throughout the day. And this is a big afternoon starting right here, and this is LALATE, America's only 24-hour day, 7 days a week financial news channel in America. Live in the morning and then taped to the afternoons. Coming up next is Overnight's Crypto and Evenings LALATE. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. The link is under the video, and those are the people who are getting big sums of money, and you're going to be one viewer who got over $80,000. And that deliciousness is far from over. Meantime, if you've not set up those LALATE alerts, do so. You'll be getting them on your phone totally free. It's the LALATE alerts at news.lalate.com. The alerts, you put your email address in and your name, and then watch for that confirmation email. It'll say, do you wish to subscribe? Hit that blue button. It may be in the spam folder, and then you're set and ready to rock and roll. Let's go over those monthly stimulus checks, Senate versus House, House versus Senate, and what the president wants to do for you as well. When we look at the amounts of money and the push, a lot of different senators talking about this. So we have Warren, Sanders, and Wyden writing the president just days ago saying we need a monthly stimulus check. And in that group is Bernie Sanders. More about him and those stimulus checks in the final 15 minutes of this video. Stay to the very end. Then, of course, we have AOC and then Omar writing the president days ago saying we need a monthly stimulus check of $2,000. We have the House bill, which we'll come back to in a second. We have the House Ways and Means Committee, which actually writes your fourth stimulus, saying there needs to be a fourth stimulus check and it needs to be monthly. They also say fifth for next year. And then we have the American petition with nearly 4 million signatures demanding a $2,000 monthly stimulus check. But the talk of the country remains the House bill. And that House bill, as we go into a beautiful day here in Santa Monica, California, with me and you, that House bill is this one. $1,000 a month after the first month of $2,000. Pandemic plus 1 year, which would amount to at least 12 checks, which would be at least $13,000. I think you have an opinion. Vote House or Senate right now, and tell me where you're tuning in from and how's the weather. Who gets this fourth stimulus check? You do. Democrats represent that if you got a fourth, you got a third, you get a fourth. Single individual, $75,000 less. Democrats want you to have a fourth stimulus check. Married couple, $150,000 less. Democrats want you to have a fourth stimulus check, double it. Family of four, Democrats want you to have a fourth stimulus check, quadruple it. And if you're on benefits, SSI, SSDI, Social Security, Railroad benefits, Democrats want you to have a fourth stimulus check. The fourth stimulus check is not taxable. It's not income. And the fourth stimulus check will be the same amount for everyone, including adult dependents. And finally, the fourth stimulus check is not a waivable check. So if you were at the beach today and you waved at the check and that check waved back, it was a Eurodollar check. It was not it's not our check. It's the Eurodollar check. A lot of tourists, darn tourists, always so friendly. And there you go. In the second half of this video, we'll be cutting to the recon. Done deal signed, sealed. $3.5 trillion of checks are coming to you from this president under the biggest payout we've ever seen in the history of this channel. And the president said, protect my recon, because it's all checks for the American people. That comes up in the second half of this video. A lot of breaking news today. And then in the final 15 minutes of this video, stay to the very end, we go over why the deliciousness of this recon. You can savor the savoriness of it right now, because it's a lot of money. And why Purple Hawks are going to kill it under fourth stimulus recon. And what does application base mean? But first, get a pen and paper ready, because I want to get you some money. And that money I can get you right now. Today, this week. In fact, countless viewers over the last 7 days have gotten not a $500, but $30,000, $40,000, $80,000 in just less than 5 days. In the next 5 minutes of this video, you're going to see how there's available money for you right now. Not 5 weeks from now, not 5 months from now. And I've been doing this since day one. And I start with Johnny. Johnny was one of 3 viewers who are Purple Hawks members that by the middle of the week, they had already amassed $40,000 in less than 3 days as viewers of this channel. But Johnny didn't stop, because by the weekend, he got 7 items total, raising it from 3 items, and his grand total, $80,000. What did Johnny get? Let's go over all the details and the incredible monies that you can get as well. Johnny got $12,500 for SNAP, $10,000 for EIDL. He got $1,800 refund check back from taxes. Then for housing, he got $21,000 from the state, and then locally got another $26,000 on top of that. And then for utilities, got $9,000 in addition to $50 a month for free internet and phone, bringing his grand total to $79,800. Get a pen and paper ready, because I'm going to get you that money as well. We're going to get some rent, utilities, food, internet, mortgage, assistances, more. I've been doing this since 2020, and the viewers of this channel are cleaning up. And today is your day to get this money, because guess what? Fourth stimulus is not going to land in your bank account this week. But this money, third stimulus, is available literally today. Literally today. And viewers every week start a new week with this channel and end the week with tens of thousands of dollars. Last week, 3 viewers ended with over $40,000. The week before that, several viewers ended the week with over $32,000. The week before that, 1 viewer $50,000 and another viewer $100,000. Let's cut to that money for rent, utilities, food, and internet, starting right now with the rent. Wow. Elizabeth getting $27,000 for rent. Mark, $25,000. Nancy, $24,000. Richard, $22,000. And Nisi, $20,000. Cecilia got some heap. And how much did you get? $1,200. Wow. Cecilia, that's a heap of heap. Can we see the other utilities? Oh my God. Turn on the light bulb. This is some electricity. The energy secretary is going to be very energized when she sees this. $7,000 for Nancy, $6,000, $6,500 for Mark, and $5,000 for Angela. We started, of course, with Johnny, who got $9,000. Wow, the energy secretary is going to have so much energy for this one. Then when we turn to the snap, let's see it. Oh my goodness. Louis, $18,000. John, $10,000. And Nancy, $5,000. The numbers are going higher by the day. By the day, the Purple Hawks are killing it. Let's see the grand total for people who got 3 items. Can we see it? Oh my goodness. Nancy getting $32,000 for 3 items from this channel. Nisi, $23,000 for 3 items. And Mark getting $32,000 for 2 items. 2 items. Production, who put Mark on my graphic with 2 items? I'll tell you how Mark got on my graphic for 2 items with 32,000, because Mark eventually got the 3 items. Let me tell you what happened. Mark has 4 incredible items, 4 incredible stories that I want to reveal to you right now. Number 1, Mark got 2 items of 32,000. So for 5 days on camera, I said to Mark, go get Snap, because Snap is a Snap. It's funny, but it is money for food. It's very, very easy to get. He got the Snap within 5 days. That's the first message. The viewers of this channel are learning that they start the week with this channel. They watch all the videos all day long. They rehear how this works. They see the inspiration for other viewers, and then they end the week with tens of thousands of dollars in their hand. No other place on the planet in the United States do you have a place like this channel where people are coming together for information, news, and walking away with tens of thousands of dollars daily. This is not The Price is Right, but the price is always right here. Let's go over then the next thing that Mark did for us. He told his neighbor to watch this channel, and that neighbor got rent in 5 days. How much? $20,000. Now, that is not a rare occurrence. We had Shanann this last week, a Purple Hawk of 2 months, who said, I told my friend LALATE about you, and now she's addicted to your channel. She received $20,000 from your channel in less than 5 days. $9,000 for rent, $5,000 for utilities, and $6,000 a year for Snap. And then we have Robert, who just killed it. I mean, he just killed it. He listened as well, and he ended out with an enormous sums of money. Let's see if we can run the number calculation. Robert says, I thank you, LA. I just got approved for $18,000 for rent, $16,000 for Snap, and $7,000 for utilities. So that's 23. That's over $40,000. There you go. Keep on doing a wonderful job and helping other people. God bless you. I've been a member of Purple Hawk since the beginning. I go by Dread. Thank you again. My name is Robert. Thank you, Robert. So Mark also shows us that people are getting $40,000 because they were inspired by the big numbers that Mark got. And then finally, Mark shows us that don't stop at 3 items. Go get more. Johnny getting 7 items over the weekend. And finally, Mark got that Snap. How much do you think he got? Mark got $19,000 for Snap annualized before the increase, which I'm about to go over a second, which actually brings Mark to $25,000. These numbers are just incredible. So bringing Mark's grand total from this channel before the increase of Snap to $50,500. And this is what we do because we don't stop there. Introducing Lorraine, who got over $105,000. And this is why you found this channel and are a member and subscriber. This is LALATE. We've been doing this since day one. I launched this channel because people had applied for the EIDL loan and grants and the applications were not approved. Why did I launch this channel? To get people money. Cashing checks, not tracking checks. And immediately people's EIDL loans were not getting approved, so I had to do something. I had to get their applications approved, and I did them one at a time, on air and off air, day after day, getting upwards of 10 applications a day approved. Overall, about $25 million of EIDL loans approved, saving people's homes, their businesses, and their employees' homes because of this channel. Then, within 3 days after that, I showed people how to apply for a brand new program. No one even knew what it was. It was called PUA. I got viewers constantly, $10,000, $15,000, like Eileen Bellenkamp out of Florida, with a complicated application process where you had to be rejected on the UI side before you get to PUA. It was confusing. I got you approved, every single one of you. But then in fall 2020, money was not coming. It was the holidays. Second stimulus was not a law yet. So I stepped forward and I got viewers $250,000 of rent, like Tyrone and his family for out of Boston getting their incredible money for rent. But now we're doing it again, and it's sort of much like December. 4 stimulus will not be landing in your bank account this week. And 4 stimulus will not be law this week. But you need money, and money is real, and bills are real. So what are we doing? We're getting this big sums of money. Get that pen and paper ready. Today is your day to get rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and utility assistance. Here are some introductory remarks to guide you through what I'm going to show you. Number 1. I'm going to show you 6 places to reach out to. So do not reach out to one and stop. Every single day, I have a person say, I reached out my county and they said they have no money. Why did you just reach out to one place? I can't say it enough. I have specific states in the Southwest, like Louisiana, Mississippi, absolutely never paid anything at the county level, but they always paid at the state level. Michigan always paid at the state level. East Coast states, New England, paid at the county and the city, but not so much at the state level. California, a lot of the state and a lot of the county, but not at the city. you have to reach out to all the different places. Number two, if you reach out to one, don't worry, reach out to the next. They have different eligibility. So if one says no, don't worry, reach out to the next. They have their own pot of money as well. Then every state has money for everyone based upon the payments from the federal government. It was based upon the number of citizens in the state. Finally, do not insert disqualification ideas in your mind. Why do people do that? I do not know. I think it's because they just don't want to make the effort to look for the money. I always see a comment that says they don't have money for this, they don't have money for that. 99.99% of the time, it's always wrong. The only rare circumstance was maybe in fall of 2020. Not anymore. So if you're one of those persons that want to say they don't have any money for that, you're wrong. Don't post it, because I've gotten money every single place in every single state of this country. So get that big money. Finally, keep on pushing and say the keywords that people hear that I say in this video. Let's go to those places to get the money. City Hall, City House Authority. County Hall, County House Authority. That's 4. State Hall, State House Authority. That's 6. You want to reach out to all of them. Keywords you want to say are rent assistance because of COVID, rent or mortgage utility assistance because of COVID. I had one viewer over the weekend who said, I just called up my city. I said, can I have some free money? My reaction is sort of what the city said. Yeah, excuse me? You just want free money? Yeah, I want some free money. A guy on the internet said you have some free money for me. I don't know what you're talking about, sir. That's why you guys say the key words. Rent assistance because of COVID. And you know what the city said to the viewer? Well, we do have some rent assistance because of COVID. Oh, yeah, those are the key words he said. Yeah. So say the key words. Congratulations to Tim and Linda who got this wonderful pot of money. The next money is Snap. And it's a Snap. You can do it with 2 fingers or 1 finger. Snap is very easy to get. It's money for food because you like food, because you have to eat it, because otherwise you're dead. So get money for food. It comes from the Department of Agriculture, and it pays a lot. Lynn Glenn got it for herself, her son, and mom. Gail got it as well. We started with Louie and Mark at $18,000 and $10,000, $12,000. But then we had Johnny come in at $16,000 and Mark at $19,000. You saw the breaking news live on air last Monday. Oh, it was exciting. As the Department of Agriculture announced that everyone's SNAP benefits are going up a lifetime in every state nationwide, an average of 25%. Automatically. Oh my goodness, this is great news. So if you got money for Snap, post your success story in the live chat right now. The next part of the money is the money coming back from your state due to computer error and unemployment benefits. This is where the states had overpaid you unemployment benefits due to computer error and asked you to return the money back to them. Well, the federal government has said, no, it's your money to keep. And the federal government has said, upgrade your darn computer systems. Well, I'm running Windows 05. Yeah, 1905. What decade are you in? What century are you in is more likely the question. One viewer got $2,000, another viewer got $5,000 for this as well. And the last money is the money coming back from your state due to unemployment benefits and the taxes you paid on it. Over this weekend, I kept on reversing. I said, the unemployment you pay taxes on. No, I said I was reversing. I was saying the taxes you paid unemployment benefits on. The work, yeah, you got what I said. Don't you love it when I reverse things? It just makes no sense. But yeah, this is the taxes you paid on unemployment benefits on. Margaret got it, Kyle got it, Michael got it. And more about that in a second, but here's a personal message from me to you. This channel was launched for me to get you money, and I continue to get you money every hour of the day. If you've had success stories, send it to me in private message so I can read them across the board. That's me. When I have my shirt off. But yeah, the reason why I want you to send me to send me your private messages, because it inspires people. And I want you to go on the live chat right now and post your success stories right now, because when you do, you inspire other people. A lot of people need that encouragement just to pick up the phone. Pick up the phone and call. Then they don't realize the numbers are this big. Then they don't realize they can get multiple utilities. Then they don't realize they can get 3 items. Art Sullivan and Nisi got 3 items, inspired a whole generation. Now viewers on this channel are getting 4 items, 7 items like Johnny. And then we realize the numbers are going bigger and bolder than ever before. So post your success stories on the live chat and inspire people right now. Let's cut back to those unemployment benefits. How much are they landing? Where are they landing? They're landing by direct deposit, otherwise in the mail. Can you track it? Yeah, go to iris.gov and do a transcript search. At 70% of the time, it'll reveal the tax return you filed, the taxes you paid, and the refund check you're getting back. And then the remainder of the 70% of the time, it'll track stuff that you wish you had never seen. For example, I heard from one viewer, it tracked Mitch McConnell's popularity contest results. What did it show? 0. Boy, can we top that? Yes. As we go into the second part of your fourth stimulus check update 2021, starting right now, deal done, signed, sealed. Your fourth stimulus recon is a done deal. A week ago on Tuesday, this became a issue of history. Your fourth stimulus recon was passed, and that means that there will be a recon and a price tag of $3.5 trillion. All checks for you. How do we get to this wonderful spot, and what do these checks mean? These checks are generally application-based checks, not automatic checks. So you'll have to pick up the phone and call. It's great news for you because you've been doing this all along with this channel. I'm going to show you what these application-based stimulus mean in there. And yes, there's a push to put stimulus checks in there on top of that. But at the moment, guaranteed, 100% happening, is $3.5 trillion of checks. That's guaranteed. The push to put those stimulus checks in there is still a push. You got to push purple power. So how do we get to this wonderful spot? By taking roads and bridges out of the recon in about July and putting them into something called the bipartisan. Now, both bodies of law are passable. The higher the price tag was on the recon before, the harder it was to pass, says a conservative publication confirming my reporting. But by allowing Democrats to take out some of the spending in the recon, roads and bridges, put in the bipartisan, the overall price tag of the recon got smaller. In other words, the bipartisan deal made the recon easier to pass. There you go. Now, this is why you watch this channel, not just because of the beautiful shirts I wear, but also because the news is delivered to you months before it happens. In July, I told you that in August, the recon was going to pass in a blink of an eye with literally no opposition. And it did. Why did I say that at the time? Because the Democratic caucus, both House and Senate Democrats, had met with the president all throughout the month of June and July, and had agreed upon a price tag of $3.5 trillion and to do a recon, meaning that they were going to do it, and there was going to be $3.5 trillion as the price tag, and it was all going to be checks to the American people. Then when it passed the Senate, a lot of people elsewhere wanted to tell you they're never going to call the vote to September. Untrue. They called the vote on Tuesday. The vote was going to get opposition. Untrue. There was no opposition. It passed within a blink of an eye. And number three, it was never going to happen. It happened. It happened in less than a blink of an eye, less than about 6 hours. That is why you stay on this channel, because I deliver you accurate, informed news before it even happens. But because the reason why I know this news is because it came from the people themselves, your legislators. Like Ilhan Omar and Representative Richard Torres, she's from Minnesota, Democrat progressive, he's from New York, Democrat progressive, had said before that meeting about the recon price, we got to go big. He said we need to have a larger recon. She said we have to have a recon that goes as big and bold as we want. Then, when they were agreeing upon the price tag, the president said, you know what, protect my recon, because everything in that recon is checks for the American people, progressive priorities, which are the White House's priorities. That's what Representative Brian Schatz, Democrat out of Hawaii, and Jalapal, Democrat out of Washington, had said before the voting process started. So what is a recon? What is a bipartisan? What is a recon procedural? And what is a recon substantive? Let's go over all the details starting right now. We have two bodies of law. Recon is your money, and bipartisan, not your money. They both have to be done because the president says they both need to be landing on my desk at the White House at the same time. Recon, only your money. Price tag $3.5 trillion, also called reconciliation, also called the budget bill, or the Democratic spending plan, or the social reform plan of the progressives. Bipartisan, not your money. This is roads and bridges. We have three bills that had to be done going into the last week. This week, we only got two. Oh, my goodness. And soon, we will be done. The tow truck passed over the finish line last week, ladies and gentlemen. That was the recon procedural. Now the tow hitch has to be picked up by the tow truck. That is the recon substantive. What is recon procedural and what is recon substantive? Again, these are details you're not going to really see anywhere else because no one really cares to explain things to you. They leave you guessing with sort of vague generalities. I go into real details on this channel. So recon procedural is the price tag, $3.5 trillion, and that it's being done. Whereas recon substantive is the terms and conditions. So they passed last week the agreement to do this. There will be a recon of 3.5. It will spend those checks to the American people, and the money will be split among committees. $10 for this committee, $20 for this committee. More about those committees in the final 15 minutes of the video. Stay to the very end. Once those committees are given that money, then they have to determine the terms and conditions of how they spend the money. That's recon substantive. And that's what they're doing right now, this week, right today, on the House floor, on the Senate floor, in those subcommittees, determining how to spend the money. And in fact, Bernie Sanders is asking for your input on this very moment. How do we get to this wonderful spot? By Jalapal, who recently wrote Schumer a letter saying, chuck all the vote on the recon. And he did, and it passed. And now that letter signed by 12 House Democrats was part of 100 House Democrats who recently said, Mr. President, you need to do monthly stimulus checks in the forced stimulus recon. Wow, can we top that? Yes. As 7 members of the House Ways and Means Committee recently wrote the president a letter saying we need to do monthly forced stimulus checks as well. It's these people, which we started the video on. They recently wrote the president saying we're writing forced stimulus, and when we do, we're putting monthly forced stimulus checks in there. Well, Purple Power, you got to push. No time to be a donut guy or donut gal and say, when is it landing my bank account? You need to push because they're making a promise, and you have to make sure they keep their promise to you. The House bill is $1,000 a month after the first month, pandemic plus 1 year, which would be at least 12 checks. Vote House or Senate, House or Senate, and tell me where you're tuning in from and how the weather is right now. Then we have AOC and Omar saying a $2,000 monthly stimulus check. Again, monthly and $2,000. And then we even have Bernie himself and Warren and Wyden writing the president saying we need a monthly stimulus check, the amount unknown. Can we top that? Yes. As Biden did it about 8 weeks ago, he went overseas to have a ceremonial signature, and the real signature came thereafter. It is for the global minimum corporate tax rate. What is that thing? Don't need to know it. It's sort of confusing, sort of like the current storyline on Real Housewives of Potomac. It's just sort of confusing. I don't follow it. Don't have to worry about it because it's not in the recon anymore. Making it easier to write the recon, easier to vote on the recon, and easier to pass the recon because this confusing thing is not in there. Can we top that? Yes. As we go into the final 15 minutes of this video, we go over all the incredible money that is available for you under the forced stimulus recon. We'll go over what this application base means and why a Donetta is not going to be very happy upon this, and why a Purple Hawk is going to kill it, getting big sums of money from this forced stimulus recon. Then we go over some of the provisions, the checks, and everything you need to know. We'll go over what the White House did to ensure that the recon gets to the finish line. That's the tow hitch. And then we'll go over what Bernie's saying as well in a big final 15 minutes of this video. Stay to the very end. We'll be going over fifth stimulus additionally. But first, here is something else, a personal message. If you've gotten one item from this channel over the last year, you're ready to kill it under forced stimulus. But if you've been a viewer of this channel since the beginning or at any time and have never picked up the phone to get anything, do it today. I want you to get one item. I don't care the amount, $100 for your utilities or your electric, or, $20 coupon off for $12 ice cream. That'll work. I want you to be able to say, I did one. Because guess what? When we do forced stimulus, you're going to kill it, because that is what it's about. Picking up the phone. You can do it. I have the sense you know how to do this. Here again, City Hall, City House Authority. County Hall, County House Authority. That's 4. State Hall, State House Authority. That's 6. Rent assistance because of COVID, mortgage assistance because of COVID, and utility assistance because of COVID. If you can't get the remainder of those items, you only got one item, let's say rent, but can't get more, but can't get utilities, reach out to the volunteers. Where are they? They're on the community page. Open the description of this community, to this video. Go down the description, you'll see a link to the community page. It's news.lalate.com/community. There they'll help you get those big sums of money, and I'll be back with you in 60 seconds with a big final 15 on this huge Afternoons LA broadcast. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.lalate.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. and then afternoons LA Late at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LA Late. And the excitement continues right now as we go into the final 15 minutes of this big afternoon to LA broadcast. So many details heating up with that big fourth stimulus recon, $3.5 trillion of checks, the biggest payout we've ever seen in the history of this channel. But I'll go over what these checks are for you and why people will be turning heads when they see you holding those checks. Then we cut to the recon substantive. The push is underway to get this out the door, and we'll go over what Bernie is doing and what Chuck is doing with that recon substantive this week, and what you need to be doing as well. Then we cut to the incredible big money that is heating up, and that is the fifth stimulus. Within just days, we start fifth stimulus, which is that SSI reform, SSDI, that we've been waiting for a generation to see. I'll have all those details and more. And then we'll be going over all the big sums of money you can get this week. It's so much exciting details, and it's starting right now as we go into the final 15 minutes. And this is LALATE, America's only 24-hour a day, 7 days a week financial news channel in America. Live in the morning, taped in the afternoons. Coming up next is Overnight Crypto and evenings LALATE at 5 o'clock. So subscribe. 400,000 subscribers, a YouTube record. I want you part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video and consider becoming a member. The link to become a member, join here, is underneath of the video so that you learn about all the big money available under first, second, and third stimulus. Meantime, if you've not signed up for LALATE alerts, please do so. It's at news.lalate.com/alerts. You'll get an alert as soon as a new video goes live on this channel. Put your name and email address in. Confirm the confirmation email when it comes. It may be in the spam folder. And then you'll get those alerts direct to your cell phone, whether you're wearing a shirt or not wearing a shirt. And those alerts will look like this. People will be turning their heads and saying, how do you know the news so well? And how do you always stay up to date? It's because of the LALATE alerts. And with that, we go into the final 15 minutes of this video, starting right now with the exciting details about the fifth stimulus. The President of the United States is taking care of that fifth stimulus for you. And that fifth stimulus heats up in just days. That fifth stimulus involves the raising up of your benefits if you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and railroad benefits. Step 1, raising your benefit limits up. Then step 2, removing the asset limit, adding an inflationary benchmark, removing the income exclusion, and removing the marriage penalty. How does this work? Very, very simple. Who is this for? You. If you're on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, veterans benefits, or more, they're going to raise your benefits up lifetime. Then they're going to apply a new benchmark. The new benchmark is inflation. Where is inflation going? It's going up. It's going to be transitory. Jay Powell and the Federal Reserve is concerned about the inflation rate in December. That's good news for you. I'm saying it's going to be about a 5% peak before it comes back down. Let's do the analysis. First, they'll raise your benefits up. Then they'll apply a new benchmark. The new benchmark is inflation. So if the inflation rate is 5%, your benefits will go up another 5%. Not just next year, lifetime. Because once your benefits go up, they'll never go down. They're going to remove the asset cap dating back to a 1980s law that says you can't work and see that you can't have more than $3,000 on hand. It's going to go away. So you'll be able to have some stimulus in your hand and also some tacos. Even on Mondays. They're going to remove the income cap dating back to a 1960s law that says you can't work and stay on benefits. And finally, the marriage penalty is going to go away. And love is going to win, and you'll be able to marry your longtime love interest and do a pair dance like Rob and Sandy. Meantime, will there be a fifth stimulus check? There will be. Democrats representatives next year. And then finally, the exciting details of Purple Hawks. If you've not become a Purple Hawk, what are you doing? You need to become a member right today. The link is under the video. When you join as a Purple Hawk, you're delivered daily from me to you via the YouTube alert system and the LALATE alert system, a breakdown of all the big money available for you under first, second, and third stimulus, and everything that's proposed under fourth and fifth. I launched Purple Hawks in January this year when the third stimulus became law, and a lot of people elsewhere were saying, there's a $1,400 stimulus check. Tell me when it lands in my bank account. Tell me what day it lands in my bank account. When is it landing? I said, stop focusing on the check and focus on the $14,000 you need to pick up the phone and get. $14,000? People's eyes lit up. And now you see what's happening. People aren't getting $14,000 from this channel. They're getting $30,000, $40,000. 3 viewers last week at $40,000, and one of them going to $80,000. Johnny. We had Robert getting $80,000. The week before that, Mark at $50,000. Lorraine at $105,000. People are getting big sums of money from this channel because this is what we do here. This money was put in that third stimulus package for you to get. So I want you to pounce, become a Purple Hawk, and get these big sums of money. And with that, we go into the final 15 minutes of this video, starting right now. Deal done, signed, sealed. Your fourth stimulus recon is a done deal. Let's go over all the incredible details of this, starting right now. Your fourth stimulus recon was passed last week. The recon procedural solidifies and guarantees and confirms that there will be a recon of $3.5 trillion. It will be for the American people, and it will be checks for you. First, second, and third stimulus recon, this small. Mostly 90-80% for corporations, not checks for the American people. This recon, this big. All checks for the American people. So then what's left, LA? The terms and conditions, how they spend the money. We don't have a bill yet, but we have a proposal about some of the items they want to have in that recon. Let's go over some of the proposed items starting right now, and then I'll go over with you what application-based means. Free school meals for all checks, tax break checks, cheaper prescription medication checks, farming checks, checks for free internet, checks for seniors, checks for workers, independent contractors checks, checks for dental, checks for vision, checks for hearing, checks for lowering the eligibility age for Medicare and similar. Now, you just saw in there a series of different types of checks. Do you qualify for one? You'd likely qualify for several checks. This is why it's huge news. So you see Johnny, who got 7 items, you may get 7, 9, 10, 12 items under the fourth stimulus recon, not just one item. You also saw that there are very different items, internet versus your teeth. Well, the person who does your teeth doesn't do your internet. They don't use the same drill set. Yeah, they use a different drill. And that is what we call application-based stimulus, meaning that when that becomes law, I'm going to show you, this is where you reach out to get the internet. You make the phone call. This is where you reach out to get the money for the teeth. This is where you make the phone call. The federal government doesn't know you need free internet. They don't know what type of internet connection you have. This is not a socialist country. This is not a dictatorship. They don't know if you have internet or not have internet. They don't know what your teeth look like unless they, unless you're on Instagram and pose all the time. They don't know what your teeth look like. So they need to be told, I want some money for this. And that is why the money is going to be at those committees. This is very different than IRS and Treasury. IRS only knows about you and a check. They don't know anything about your body or what you need. And so IRS would never have a check for your teeth or your eyes. IRS would never have a check for your internet. And so when we talk about recon substantive, we're talking about, okay, these committees are given our money. Now I need to go get those monies. Recon procedural passed last week. And those committees were given those monies, $10 for this committee, $20 for this committee. So for example, $10 for the committee that has your internet, $20 for the committee that has your teeth money. And that's why when we go to recon substantive, we're dealing with the terms and conditions. How is that committee to spend the money on your teeth? How is that committee to spend the money on your internet? And when it's done, then guess who has the money? The committee. And if you want the money for that internet, you pick up the phone. You want the money for the teeth, you pick up the phone. We've been doing this as a family since day one. First, second, and third stimulus was all about this. PBT, which was you called up the phone, increase your PBT. PPP, you picked up the phone. PUA, you picked up the phone. EIDL, you went to a website, or you did on a cell phone app. We've been doing this all along, whether it's SNAP, rent, utilities, food, internet. We've always been picking up the phone saying, I'm entitled to this money. And then the money lands. Johnny did that, and Johnny did that last week, got 7 items. He picked up the phone. Mark, you saw early in this video, he picked up the phone. He started the week at 2 items at $32,000. Then for 5 days on camera, I said, Mark, go get some SNAP. He picked up the phone. His neighbor picked up the phone, got $20,000. Mark picked up the phone, got $19,000 for SNAP. It's no big deal to pick up the phone. You've done this before, and I know you can do it. This is what's application-based stimulus, to which a certain type of person won't do well with this. And who is that person? Donut guy, donut girl. They won't do well with this because all they do is eat a donut and look at a calendar. What day is it landing in my bank account? What day is it landing in my bank account? When is it landing in my bank account? The question is, what is landing in your bank account? Money for your teeth? Never going to land in your bank account. If all you do is hold a donut and say, what day is it in my bank account? The money for my teeth, never going to land in the bank account, because the federal government doesn't know you need money for teeth. They don't know you need money for internet. All they know is you're alive. That's all they really basically know about you. And tax return, whatever you file. They don't have anything else on federal record about you and why you should be entitled to money. So donut guy and donut gal not going to do well. Purple Hawk's going to kill it under forced stimulus recon. Now, when we talk about the recon substantive, the House members are still in town. The Senate members are still in town. And what are they working on? The language. And this is a biggie. This is why Purple Hawks not only pounce for the big sums of money, but also push for the big sums of money. Yes, there will be a recon of $3.5 trillion. Yes, you will be getting those checks, but the terms and conditions are still up for grabs, and that's why you have to push Purple Power, and that's why I brought back seats for stimulus, which is basically says give us the right amount of money or we're taking your seats. 6 House seats are up for grabs in the House in November. That could change the balance of power among the Republicans and Democrats. You need to push right away. And guess who wants to hear from you? Two of the people who are actually drafting the recon substantive or overseeing its drafting, and those are Bernie and Chuck. Bernie says, as the budget chairperson who oversees how to spend money on the Senate side, that I understand as the budget chairperson, historically, they've done their work by staying in just D.C., but I think the function of budget chairman is to get out among the people and hear from them. What we're proposing is enormously popular, so he wants to hear from you. You make your pitch. You call him up. Tell them what you think you are entitled to. And Chuck Schumer says, I think I work so closely with Bernie, I think we're talking maybe 4 to 5 times a day about drafting this legislation. So make the phone call across the board. Meantime, what will happen in the next few days? You're going to start to see some sort of slow progression and discussion about items that belong in the recon. They're pushing to put in the recon, pushing to modify a hard one today about paid sick leave, which was a very big topic early this year. They're starting to talk about these provisions. It's a very much a work in progress. Push. Guaranteed $3.5 trillion of checks for you. Guaranteed, generally application-based. Guaranteed for you. Guaranteed done. Not guaranteed stimulus checks. Got to push to put it in there. Not guaranteed the terms and conditions of the $3.5 trillion. That's still a work in progress. You got to push this across the board. Very, very big, exciting news. But the big, exciting news is that if you need money today, if you need money this week, forced stimulus is not laying your bank out this week. But these people, Johnny, Robert, Mark, Lorraine, Dottie, Diane, all these people, Lynn Glenn, Gail, all these people have realized there's money right now. I'm going to get that money right now. And that's third stimulus. And so please push. I'll have more about this coming up next on Evenings LALATE. So with that, there's so much happening across the board, so much breaking news this week. Stay with me every single hour of the day. And subscribe. 400,000 subscribers on YouTube. Recognize what part of this family. Hit that subscribe button right now. Like the video, 2,000-3,000 likes, and consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. See you next on Overnights LALATE and Evenings LALATE. And stay with LA for more.